It's inevitable. At some point in your life, in anybody's life, you are bound to lose, you're bound to fail, you are bound to come up short on something that you wanted to succeed at. The natural thing to do is to sometimes, beat ourselves up or maybe even point the blame at others as to why things transpired the way they did. But I'm a firm believer of everything happening for a reason. But sometimes, and I'm going to give some prime examples as to these times, you're just supposed to fail. So don't look at them as L's, look at them as like delayed W's, because your time's coming. Here's Let's start with some examples. Fellas, and in some instances girls, but more often than not fellas. Have you ever been like maybe like on a date or you've been out with, someone that you're interested in, and it's like, do I make the move? Do I not make the move? You teetering during your outing. Let's say in this instance you don't do anything, and after a couple hours y'all tap in with each other. Hey, did you get home safe? Y'all are good. And old girl hits you with the question, why didn't you do anything? I would have let you. I know that this is a feeling that a lot of us have went through, and it hurts. I ain't gonna lie. Because if you're a guy and you frequently have these type of situations with women and you take the opposite route and you are more often than not, if not always, making the move, you might want to look at yourself a little bit. Stuff like that is supposed to happen. That is genuinely a good thing. And look, you should be proud of yourself. Because if you don't make the move and she opens the opportunity for you to make a move the next time that y'all are together and stuff, it's just a delayed W. It ain't no L. Sometimes it just ain't your time. And that's okay. And another instance of sometimes it not being your time is when you go through a hard breakup. And let me explain. As a nigga who has been heartbroken multiple times and handled it in very unhealthy ways, I ain't gonna lie. I think getting your heart broken builds character. I'm not saying that every guy should like go through getting their heart broken one time or two so they can, learn and, build from there. But it's a good ass method, I ain't gonna lie. Now don't go and get into a relationship, fall for a girl and know that it's gonna end up failing. Like, don't do that to yourself to build yourself up. But like, if it happens, it's cool. Now, in the moment, of course, it sucks. You might cry. You might avoid the places that y'all went to together because it reminds you of her. You might avoid talking to people that are in your life because you're afraid of them asking of her, and you don't have to break that news to them because it's going to make you relive the experience. Trust me, I've fucking been there. Having that happen to you and getting the opportunity to take the time to learn something about yourself and find out the things that you do or don't like, whether it be about someone that you want to be with or be about you, that's a great opportunity to have. And in the same vein as going through a breakup, losing a good friend of yours can also suck a lot. Sometimes mistakes are made between y'all. Sometimes there are just lapses in communication. Sometimes someone that you declare as a friend just does some hoe ass shit and you can't look at them the same anymore. And I hope you're watching this, I ain't gonna lie. But you don't have to mope around. You don't have to hold that resentment within your heart towards this person. Sometimes you just gotta let that go. That is a loss that you were just supposed to take. Because in the event that you were friends with this person for an extended period of time and then they did something in a situation that was foreign to y'all beforehand and they end up doing some whole shit, you just learned something new about them. And in that instance, that might just not be a person that you need to be keeping around. And that's fine. But another loss, or kind of two in one in this instance, that I want to talk about people kind of having to take is losing a lot of money in a short amount of time. There's times that I've invested in things and they just fell through completely. There's times that I've invested in people and those people just fell through completely on me. And obviously no one likes losing money, of course, but sometimes that is a lesson that you just have to take, and it puts you in the position to look back and reflect, which is an underrated thing to do for yourself. And I said this was a two-in-one thing because I know, especially around the pandemic when everybody was inside and trying to find ways to make money and stuff, a lot of people fell into the crypto and stock market rabbit hole. And in that rabbit hole, it causes you to do a lot of self-evaluation as far as how much money you want to invest and what methods you want to go through as far as investing. Because ultimately, after that big boom and everybody trying to invest in stuff, a lot of these content creators who had their content surrounded by that ended up falling off because so many people fell out of trying to do that. Because when you go into something with little to no experience or little to no background and research into it, you're bound to fail. And that's a good test for you on whether or not you want to keep going in it or not. You could be like, dang, I lost a good amount of money into this crypto or whatever that I put money into. Maybe I'll try putting it into this. Or you could take the approach that the majority of people did end up doing and being like, fuck all this investing shit. This is like the lottery for Nepo babies, and I'm just going to scam people. And the last L that I think I'm going to discuss for this video, at least this time, I might revisit this topic again, is having to suffer consequences due to a colleague or a teammate. If you've been on like some sort of sports team before, you're pretty well versed in this. Some nigga on the team fucks up, everybody's running a lap, everybody's doing push-ups, something along those lines. If you approach this correctly, that can give you the great opportunity to uplift the people around you. And I know this is great motivation for me, and it might be great motivation for you, whether you have or haven't tried this. If you uplift the guy that, you know what I'm saying, is breaking all of his free throws, or he's always running behind and whatever y'all are doing and stuff, I mean, uplifting him, motivating him, and seeing him actually go out his way to take those steps to progressively get better at what he's lacking at and stuff, that could be great motivation for you. And don't get me wrong, yes, I've declared on this channel multiple times, I'm a hating ass nigga. But at the same time, I still do love seeing somebody better themselves or improve on something they're really working at, because in a selfish sense, it kind of helps me out. But I got to get ready for work. I procrastinated on recording, as I always do. So, hope you enjoyed the video and stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. Like, comment, subscribe. Love you guys. Outro.
Two things I ain't ever seen. A nigga that beat a gun and bitch I need. If I go broke.